INT 101 is a new class at Mercer University in the fall of 2012. The topic of the course is understanding self and others, and students learn speaking and writing skills while engaging with different subjects. Nearly every first-year student at Mercer takes the course, and they learn in ways that they might not have anticipated learning. Listen as some INT 101 students talk about their experience.
What I like about it is the small class size. In our class, we have basically less than 20 students, and everyone with their own background, diverse background, and we get to interact with them on a daily basis to see their point of view and see how their train of thought on the different texts we read. And another thing I like about INT class is the way the professor teaches. It's not much teaching, it's more about making us think. We never had a class where she just stand in front of the class and just lectures us, but every day we sit around in a circle just discussing questions and just seeing the same piece of work from different perspectives. And another thing is our learning is not limited in the classroom. Finally, what I learned from this class, it's not just book knowledge. We can learn book knowledge from anywhere, but this class teaches about thinking process, because in order to have, it's better to have two brains than one when thinking. So that's why we have a class exactly what to help us do that.
Through being an INT, I've learned that it's best not to have a black or white opinion, because if you have a black or white opinion, like Ellen's told us, like, you're not open to change, and you're not going to get inspired to change something, and you're going to be in the cave.
And I think it's been good to stretch how we view ideas, even if we don't change them. It's been a good way to learn to see things in the gray, as well as looking for opportunities to take what you know deeper and learn how to apply it to other areas.
Right, and in order to learn deeper, I think INT does a great job because of the discussion in class, because a lot of times you do try to have an open mind when you read, but everyone has a different opinion and everyone's been raised differently. But when we come into class and have discussion, then it lets you see other people's opinions that you wouldn't have seen had you just done the reading by yourself. I think that's where INT is efficient.
Yeah, and I think it also did a good job of allowing things to take a new perspective rather than just taking an article and here's what it means. We can start with an article on robots and end up discussing the marriage rights of conjoined twins. So.
Right, you never know where a class is going to go. So I think it also makes you think on your toes whenever you're trying to discuss. And some of my favorite times are whenever we go and look at someone else's work, when we looked at the artist or we went to the finished ladies thing. That's a lot of where my evidence for my papers come in, because it's real life experiences and something that you actually connect to. And I think INT allows you to connect to text in order to write.
Exactly, and we did a good job with that, of getting out of the classroom, of holding class outside and looking at everything, or taking a field trip to the cemetery. So I think it was a good way to balance classroom time with exploring the community that we've been recently brought into.
Right, and especially us doing our service learning project with exploring the community, that brings our minds to a whole different level, because it gets us out of our shell and lets us experience things that maybe we're not comfortable with, but that we need to understand as grown adults.
Yeah, and breaks you out of your comfort zone and allows you to see things in a way that maybe you hadn't pictured before.
Right, I think that's what INT is all about.
Finally, I would recommend this class to anyone that's interested in learning more about themselves and others.